In this video, we're going to be talking about the Star Wars Battlefront 2 behind the story trailer that dropped at D23. What's up, YouTube? My name is Justin, this is the Den of Nerds, and today we are talking that Star Wars Battlefront 2 trailer that dropped at D23, focusing on the story. Now, we all know in Battlefront 1 that it did not come with a campaign. It solely launched with multiplayer. A lot of people were incredibly disappointed by that. They really felt that, this was a huge opportunity to tell a new story with Star Wars, and EA and DICE just were unable to deliver on that front. But in Star Wars Battlefront 2, we are getting a new story that really explores some portions of Star Wars that have been, largely unexplored and largely neglected for most of its history, with the exception of maybe in some sort of books. But we are now getting a video game canon adaptation of what happened exactly right after the Battle of Endor in Star Wars Battlefront 2. And not only that, we are getting it shown from an Imperial perspective. And that is definitely one of the most interesting portions of Star Wars that has been, I will be quite honest, neglected in so much of past Star Wars media. We've gotten a lot of indication that the Empire has been, nothing but the bad guys from the films. There's very few redeeming qualities about the Empire. So being able to see a more human side of the Empire, being able to see a side of the Empire that's less black and white, a side of the Empire where people really saw them as this bastion of stability and order in the galaxy, is going to be something that looks like it's going to be really, really interesting. In addition to getting more of a look at Iden Versio, we got a look at two of her squad mates, Hask and Del. Hask being sort of, the more grizzled Imperial loyalist member of the party, and Del not only providing the comic relief, but Del having been a person who was around to see the Jedi. He knows the Jedi existed. They're not a myth, they're not a story. He knows for a fact that the Jedi did once work in the Republic. The Jedi were once a stable force within the Republic. So being able to see that makes me wonder if maybe we're going to see some combination of Del, have him reacting with Vader, or maybe even Luke Skywalker, and really get to see, an Imperial who's like, no, the Jedi are real. That seems like a very interesting portion of this. And on top of that, we have Iden's father, who is an Imperial Admiral, and it seems as though is going to be the man who is going to take the next steps in order to ensure the survival of the Empire in this trying time. The Death Star has just exploded. The Emperor is dead. Vader is dead. So I don't even know why I said Del might encounter Vader. We all know Vader's dead. And we're really going to see an Empire struggling and coming to terms with that. And there's just so much potential for them to go into this, so many opportunities for them to explore the few people who do remain in the Empire, a couple of options to maybe even portray some people in the Rebellion who are, evil, who may be using the Rebellion for their own gain. Get to see a nice clash of ideologies between Iden and between who she sees as this dangerous agitator, Luke Skywalker. And that, to me, seems like an absolutely excellent piece of story right there. Now, there are unfortunately a couple of ways they can mess this up, and from what I've been seeing on the internet, not a lot of people are very optimistic about the success of Battlefront 2's story. But I feel like they can succeed here. I really feel like with everything we've seen from this trailer, we've seen from them taking care of with, the motion capture, with the concept art, really trying to tie everything together, that they have a really solid shot at giving us an excellent Star Wars story from an Imperial perspective. The only possible way I could see them screwing this up and see me being incredibly upset with how this overall campaign turns out would be if they made Iden, or even Iden and crew, end up getting on board with the Republic, end up joining with the rebellion and this new Republic, and, you know, not sticking to their ideals. This is a group of characters I want to see fight together to the bitter end. This is a group of Imperial patriots I want to see stick to their guns and really show us this side of the Empire that we have never seen before. And at the very least, if all else fails, the gameplay of Battlefront 2 looks solid, the levels look solid, maybe at the bare minimum, we'll just have fun with this. But I want to know, what do you guys think? Are you feeling optimistic about Star Wars Battlefront 2's story? If you've seen the behind the story trailer, how do you feel about Iden, her crew, her father, and their place within the galaxy? Do you really think it's going to be a fair fight from what we've seen in the trailers between Iden Versio and Luke Skywalker of all people? Go ahead and let me know in the comments. As always, thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more Star Wars, more comics, more gaming. Maybe some anime stuff might get thrown in there. We got a lot of things that we're working on here at the Den of Nerds. As always, hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day, and I'll catch you later.